Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In previous video I showed you the first method that I used to remove my body hair. I talked all about my experience of using razors and why I like using it so much. I also showed how to use razors properly. So if you are somebody who is a total newbie in shaving, who is hesitant in shaving and wants to know about my experience, do check out that video. I will leave the link in the video description. Alright, so now let's move on to the second method. This is also one of my favorite methods. It has pros and cons as well, but this is also something that is really effective if you experience fast hair growth and you don't want to see your body hair. You know, if you shave it off and it comes after 2 days, you don't want to see that. This is something that you might love it. It is epilating. So I didn't know about epilating until I came to Canada. So when I came to Canada, my mommy ji told me that this is one method that people use, and she shared her epilator device with me and I tried it on. My friend also tried it. She hated it. I tried it. I loved it. Because what this does is, it will pluck your hair, the tiniest hair which can never be removed from waxing. This one will do it. The tiniest hair as well. This one is the best for underarms. I hate underarm hair. I used to do my own waxing for the underarms, but now I don't do it. But when I found this device, oh my god, this is a blessing for underarms, guys. It's like waxing, okay? But the problem is, waxing, you're removing the chunk at one go, right? This one, you're plucking each hair as you go. So it doesn't do shh. You have to go like this. And check the sound. So yeah, as I said, it's pulling your hair out from your hair follicle. So this can obviously lead to pain. We'll talk about the pros and cons. Okay, now I'm gonna show you on my leg and on my arm when I'm using epilator. Mind you, I have very few hair growth on my arms. This is something that I get after 1 week of using a razor. This is how much of growth I get. So now let me show you how I use this epilator device. I keep such device in a nice pouch. This epilator device I've been using for almost 6 years now and it's been going great. I will leave the link in the description. You can check it out, the same one that I use. In the previous video, I mentioned that I do not rely only on razors. Razors are one of the easiest method to remove body hair, but because it does give coarser hair with continuous use, so I switch my methods from time to time. That is why I don't get a lot of hair growth like I used to. Before, my hair growth was very fast and very coarse, but by using my 3 methods together, I have seen quite a bit of reduced hair growth. Here too, you can see I have very less hair growth on my arm, and this was not the case before. Now my hair are fine even after using razors mostly. In this video, you will see how I use my epilator to remove my fine hair, coarse hair, and even the tiniest hair. Now let's start epilating. On the highest speed, I'm holding my epilator at a 90-degree angle to the skin. I begin with small manageable sections of my skin. Then I simply glide the epilator against the direction of my hair. Keep the epilator moving in a slow, steady motion. Avoid pressing it too hard as it can cause skin irritation. But this method does not give you any cut like razors do. As you can see, I'm doing it in this video. Guys, I love this epilator sound. You know, when you start using it, the sound gets quite satisfying. I don't know. With just one charge, I have removed my body hair multiple times with this device. I have never experienced any charging issue with this epilator. It plucks out even the tiniest hair, as you can see from my hands, like all the fine hair. It gives no issues. All done. Check this out. Now let's use epilator on my leg. As you can see, I have more coarser hair on my leg. This will be a great way for you ladies to see if epilator works on coarser hair and shorter hair. If you're epilating your legs, move the epilator upward. As you can see, I'm doing it here. I'm moving the epilator upward towards the hair growth. Girls, such short hair you can never get rid of from waxing, whereas epilator will do. And that too from its roots. You can see some of my hair is almost 1 millimeter. Still, this epilator is working great on them. This is something that has given great results to me, so I wanted to share this with you all with all the details possible. I will further in this video talk more about the pros and cons of using epilator and what I feel about those pros and cons. Alrighty, so you can see on my left leg I used the razor in the last video, and on the right leg I used the epilator. So the only problem I get when I use the epilator, as you can see, that I get red bumps on my leg. It will take a couple of hours so that this redness can go away. Same thing used to happen with me when I used to get waxing done. This is the downside when I use the epilator, but with razors I don't get all this. I'm sharing a detailed picture of my arm and my leg right after I use my epilator. So let's talk about epilating. The number one pro, long-lasting results. Guys, this will give you the long-lasting results same as waxing, because you're pulling out your hair just like waxing, and longer lasting results compared to shaving for sure. Whenever I go on vacation or something, if I am going on a trip or something, I will always use the epilator, because I know I don't have to shave for next 2 weeks probably, because my hair will not come. I'm good to go if I've used the epilator. So whenever I go on trip, I always use the epilator first, so you can enjoy smoother skin for several weeks. Another pro of using epilator is that you'll see reduced hair growth. Because you're pulling out your hair completely, your hair will become finer and finer as you keep on using the epilator. This is probably the reason why when I shave as well as simultaneously I use the epilator, my hair are not coarse. They're very fine. I think the major reason is using the epilator, because I do not completely rely on the razor. I only use the razor when I don't get time, you know, I'm like on the go. So once a month, I would always prefer epilator. So yes, by using epilator, I have noticed that my hair are definitely less coarse and they're thinner. They have certainly reduced the hair growth for sure. So that's the best part of using an epilator. I love this device. Whoever invented this, thank you so much. You guys saved us from a big mess that waxing give us. Which comes to the next point. When you're using epilators, obviously you will have less mess. You're not using you don't have to heat up the wax. You're not using the sticky wax strips. It's so convenient. You're not even using any creams, any shaving cream, or you don't even use water to remove your hair. This device solely can remove the tiniest hair from your body. It works, especially on my body, works as a magic. I love this product a lot, guys. I cannot stress about it. So yes, unquestionably, this is definitely a pro that you don't have to indulge yourself in the waxing mess at all, or shaving mess as well. The next pro is convenience. You can use this anywhere. Like in the washroom, you just take this small machine with yourself. It's so handy. You don't need to attach any cord. It's cordless. So convenient. And with one charge, if I charge this device once, I can remove all my body hair twice with one charge. So it's super convenient to use this epilator device. Next pro, it's super cost effective. I paid $120, I think 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. since then I've been using this. It's so low maintenance. You don't even have to change the header or anything. This can be replaced, but I don't need to because it's still in pretty good condition. So it's been 6 years I've been using this epilator. I will leave everything in the video description so you can check it out, this specific model that I have. This is by Braun Silk Series 9 epilator. Love this machine. Not sponsored at all by them. This was truly a game changer for me. So now I've given you enough pros. Now we'll talk about the cons of this machine because nothing is perfect. Every method will have its pros and cons. This one also has some drawbacks, so let's talk about that. Okay, the first one is it's undoubtedly painful. I would say with waxing, you get this patch, you take it out, it will hurt once, right? But with this one, you have to go with small sections and this machine will pluck your hair one by one. Now, how I overcome this? I got used to it. When I first tried, it was painful. One of my friend tried as well. She was like, oh my God, I just can't use this one. This is so painful. So for her, it was a big no-no. But for me, I thought I saw a brighter side. I was like, it's removing my hair from the roots. It's removing the tiniest hair as well, which you are not able to remove it with waxing because you need to grow your hair to a certain length if you want to remove your hair through waxing. So that was a big pro for me to get used to it with this device. Over the period of time, I stopped feeling uncomfortable or I had no problem with the sensation. You know, it's same like you get used to it with the threading and upper lips. Oh my God, upper lip is way more painful to me than the epilator. Every time I remember I used to get the upper lips done, I used to cry, like I'll have teary eyes. But with this one, no, I don't feel any pain at all. So you'll take some time to adjust to the epilator pain for sure, but I think once you get used to it, you will forget about waxing. You will never want to go back to waxing. This is by far the best for underarms because you don't want underarm hairs, right? And for underarm hair removal, you want your hair to grow at least, I would say, 2 centimeters. But with this one, even half a centimeter, you can remove your hair, underarm hairs as well. I can't stress enough. It feels like I'm sponsoring this. But I genuinely love this epilator. So yeah, pain doesn't bother me. I am happy with this one. Mind you, I do not use this one around the bikini area because that one is quite painful. So I do not use it epilator there. It's only for my full arms, full body. That's it. I do not use the epilator underarms as well. I used to do it, but I got laser hair removal and I do not use it on the face as well. My face is also quite sensitive. So I've got my laser hair removal, permanent laser hair removal for my face and my underarms. I will make a separate video on that because I have mixed reviews about that. This video is going to be very long if I talk about it. So it's gonna be a separate video for that. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed my channel, subscribe my channel. Okay, so that is the con, that it can be painful. It takes time for you to adjust, okay? The next drawback is redness and irritation. Yes, after you use the epilator, you will have redness for sure. For myself, when I used to get waxing done, I used to get bumps and my skin would be irritated. It would be red after waxing and the redness will go away after 1 day. Same thing with epilator as well. My skin would be irritated. I will have redness wherever the hair is removed. So it takes me a couple of hours to get rid of the redness, but it goes away after 1 day or so or after a few hours. So generally what I do is if I'm using epilator, I will always use it during night time so that when I wake up next morning, my skin is not irritated. That is the reason why whenever I don't get chance and I forget to use the epilator or I'm running out of time, I will use razor instead. So yes, I use this once a month or so, else my razor will come handy. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm shooting this because I shot the entire video, but the mic was not connected. So sad. So that's the case. And then the next thing is, some people do get ingrown hair by using epilator. Same thing, even you can get the ingrown thing with the razors as well. But you can avoid such ingrown hair by exfoliating your skin after using the epilator. For me, I don't get a lot of ingrown hair, so that's also not an issue for me. You might face it, but for that, like I said, exfoliate, take proper care after using the epilator, and you can avoid such issues. Another big con, it is time consuming. It does take time. I feel like waxing an epilator takes the same amount of time, because waxing, you'll heat up the wax, or you'll get the wax strips and the mess that it creates. I think this one is better than that. But for sure, epilator is more time consuming than shaving. Shaving is very fast, and then you don't even have to, wait for the redness to go away. Compare with shaving, definitely epilator is time consuming. That's another con. What else? If you're super sensitive, you can get potential breakouts by using epilator. So that's another thing. But on my skin type, I'm okay. I am sensitive, but I haven't experienced any breakout by using epilator. Another con would be, obviously, so there is an initial cost for sure, but if you compare it long run, this $120, I think I saw recently how much it costs now. I think on Amazon it's available for $130, which is pretty decent. Guys, I've been using this for almost 6 years. It's totally worth it. Totally worth the try even. Like, if it's painful, use couple of times and you'll see this is a pretty cool device and you will love it once you get used to it. If I want to conclude, I would say epilator does have its advantages and disadvantages. So give it a try. Start with smaller sections. See if you have the pain tolerance for epilator. Another thing I would suggest is, let's say you have quite a bit of hair growth, okay? You shave it off first, and then when you get like hair growth back, then use the epilator. Don't just go on do it when you have like full grown hair. Shave it off and then wait for a couple of days, then use the epilator. That would be an ideal way to start off. But overall, this is something that I totally swear by. It's super easy. I never have to go to salon because of this. Love it. Alright, so the third method is, so I bought this machine with my own money back in 2021. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like button, comment down below. For my efforts, I would really appreciate if you can just subscribe my channel. It would help me, motivate me, and yeah, share this video with your girls. Hope you liked the video. Bye bye. Love you all. See you in the next video.